So hello everybody, here we are again, just playing the second tutorial now on surviving Mars. So we're going to be looking at exploration. So let's go. So here we go. Rovers, welcome Commander. In this training exercise you're going to get acquainted with one of your most valuable tools, the rover. Rovers are vehicles with a variety of useful functions like transporting resources, commanding drones and analysing anomalies. You have direct control over all rovers in the colony. So we've got to select the RC transport and move it to the designated area. Let's go. Let's go. So as usual, we're selecting. I'm playing on a PC. I'm playing on a console. I play on a PS4. So everything I'm giving here is for the PS4. So first of all, let's bring up our menu at the bottom with right one. We just then use the directional keypad to go over to the rover basics. So we're going to try moving around. So we're going to move the vehicle to the area indicated by the arrow. With the RC transport, use R2 to focus the rover's info panel. So the info panel is the thing on the right hand side there. You've got the info panel there, RC transport #1. And then we use directional buttons to go to the move icon. Or we can just do it quickly by pressing R2 and then pressing X. Okay, let's just get rid of that hint. And so we're going to go over now to the we're going to focus the info panel. So we focus it with R2 and then we're using the directional buttons here to move around and select everything that we want to select on the thing. So we've got some other cool things here which I haven't, so we can rename the RC transport if we want to. We can follow camera, so activate a close-up camera that follows this unit. That's probably pretty cool. Unpin this item from the quick bar at the bottom. Encyclopedia, open at the cross.
Mars official radio with Panamescaline. Your first
Let's move then. So
the
we're moving the RC rover just here, so we're not moving it very far. Just going on a little journey.
The RC transport can load and carry resources around the map. Let's use it to refuel the nearby rocket.
So there you go. The RC transport is used for carrying resources and loads. Obviously, that's why it's called the RC transport, not anything else. So we're going to use this RC transport to load fuel from the fuel depot in the base and then unload it close to the rocket so the drones can load it onto the rocket. Drones can also take resources directly from the RC transport if they need them. However, unloading the resources is quicker and will free up the RC transport for other tasks. So let's load the fuel onto the RC transport and unload it next to the rocket. Okay, cool, let's do that. So again, select the RC transport with X. So we've got it selected, and then we move the cursor over the fuel depot. The fuel depot is here. I'm just going to zoom in a bit. Whee! There we go, there's a fuel depot. And then press R2 and X together to load resources. So let's just do that. R2 and X. And we're going to be loading resources. All the transport to load fuel. Let's just load all and exit. We dismiss that hint. Let's zoom out a bit. Let's see if we can try this follow camera. There we go, look at this follow camera there. That's pretty cool. Back out of the follow camera probably with circle. There we go, we're back out of the follow camera with circle. Zoom back out again.
Now order the RC transport to unload the fuel next to the rocket.
So use the unload resources action and then press X on a spot near the rocket to unload the fuel. Okay, so we use right one with RC transport. Bring it into focus with R2, unload resources, move to there. There we go. RC transport's on its way. And zoom in again, watch it do its thing. It's picking up a bit of dust there, as you can see, as it goes across the Martian surface. There we go. Time to unload its resources there. There's our little drones. There's Billy Bob. Billy Bob's going up. He's a worker, Billy Bob. We like Billy Bob. There's Jimmy. Jimmy's going up. Billy Bob comes down. There's Paul and Philip. Also going up as well. There we go. So wait for the drones to bring fuel inside the rocket, then select the rocket and launch it. Yeah, baby. Let's launch our rockets. That's what we're gonna do.
This is Mars Official Radio. I'm Miss Eskelin. It is time for another letter. This comes from Tony. Hello, Miss Public Service. I've been a long-time fan of the great music you play. Regarding our future educational system, I have an idea. If our kids start their training at age 4, they will likely reach the sufficient academic level to start their lives as productive citizens by age 20. What do you think? Tony, your proposition is appealing, but I doubt that children can absorb abstract information any earlier than they already do today. Instead, I suggest we exclude subjects that don't apply to life on Mars, like domestic science, art, and handicrafts. Okay?
Really? I think that's rubbish there from Surviving Mars Radio, because I think children should be encouraged to play for as long as possible before we start shoving mathematics, algebra, and other stuff into their heads. So that's just my opinion on it. I don't know what your opinion of it there. And definitely getting rid of things like art, home economics. It's a good idea to know how to cook. You know, I think that's fairly kind of basic skills of life. Know how to cook something, but that's just because I enjoy cooking. I don't think we should exclude art from any child's education. So I don't know what kind of propaganda this is on Surviving Mars Radio. But I would suggest not listening to it there. So we're waiting for the drones to fill the thing up. We can actually just increase time. So we increase time just using the directional right button in the bottom right there. As you can see, that speeds up our little drones, and off they go. And done. So now we've got the launch button ready in the bottom. So we'll just press R1, select the rocket, focus it with R2, and we're going to go over to return to Earth, activate, and the rocket launches. Obviously this being there was probably a bad idea. I mean, normally you would probably see quite a bit more destruction.
Some drones are left without a controller after the rocket launch.
Oh no, we have some orphan drones. What we're going to do with these. So some drones are left without control after the rocket launch. If drones lose their controller, they'll look for new controllers nearby. Ah, Mummy, Daddy, where are you? I feel there's going to be a whole kind of like orphan drones kind of subplot story going on here that we need to sort out. It's probably going to be a really kind of like the seedy side of society on Surviving Mars, that we just leave drones to be orphaned, we don't care for them at all. They're going to be living in the tunnel ducts underneath the domes, and it's probably going to be quite bad for them. There'll probably be some form of charity set up for them at some point in the future. We're going to have activists, there's going to be some protests about the orphan drones. And really, this issue's not going to be highlighted in society, but there you go. So drones lose the control, they'll look for new controllers nearby. However, when there are no controllers nearby, you'll have to manually reassign them to a new controller. The reassign command also allows you to reassign drones to the understaffed controllers with heavy drone load. Wow. Assign these drones to the nearby drone hub. Okay, so press and hold over a drone to select all 4 orphan drones. Then click use a reassign action to assign them to the drone hub back in the base. The longer you hold square, the larger the screen selection area becomes. Remember to focus the drone's info panel with R2 once selected. Right, there we go. Alright, I've got all 4 drones. R2, reassign to that. Excellent. So they've been reassigned.
The RC transport is able to gather resources directly from surface deposits without the help of drones.
RC transport gathering metals. The RC transport is able to gather resources directly from surface deposit without the help of drones. Send the RC transport to gather some metals from the deposit indicated by the arrow. Gather 5 metals with the RC transport. Okay, let's do that. Gather 5 metals with the RC transport. So bring up R1. RC transport is there. Just unpin that. So then we need to select the artery span and use the moving track command to simply hold R2 and press X on the deposit. Okay, cool. So we're just going to use the R2 command. Zoom in here to the deposit metal there. And hopefully that's going to send off the RC transport. There it goes. Zooming over here to the old metal deposit. So I was going to play Apex to see Season 6, but it's still downloading, so I'm just going to... I thought I'll just do the next tutorial on surviving Mars. So if you're watching this video afterwards, or I think one person's viewing at the moment, hello. Yeah, kind of these games for me are a little bit... alright, why is it not doing that? It's moved there, but it hasn't... Oh no, that's the RC Explorer, that's why. Let's move him out of the way. Let's move him here. Let's go find the RC Transport. Where is the RC Transport? There we go, there's the RC Transport. Let's move the RC Transport over to gather resources. That should do it. Yeah, so these kind of games are like... I'm kind of drawn to them in one way. It's kind of the idea of building a settlement and the structure and the data and, you know, building these things appeals to me, but then the reality of doing it sometimes is just like, whoa. I really kind of got into SimCity and things like that, or The Sims.
Let's set up a small expand some distance away.
But we'll see with Surviving Mars. It looks pretty cool. It does look really heavy though. It does look like there's a lot of stuff going on it. You know, there's a lot of kind of things you need to consider. I suppose it's kind of designed for the Elons of this world. But hey, let's see. Right, RC transport routes. Let's set up a small expand some distance away from the main base. I think the English here is a little bit... A small expand. What is a small expand? Some distance away from the main base. We'll need resources for the new base. The RC transport can be ordered to transfer a large amount of resources in multiple goes via the create transport route command. Set the transport route between the universal storage and the base and the marked location above the main base. Okay, so what are we doing? So first thing we're doing is we select the rover with the X and do create transport route. So we have the RC rover selected. So we want to create a transport route. Command activated. Press X on the universal depot as the starting point of the route. That makes sense. So we go from there. Order the transport to low concrete and select the routes for the concrete. Cool. And then press X near the marked area of the main base at the end point of the route. Let's gather resources. But it's going over there, so it's loading stuff. Alright, cool. And then what? So then we move it over here. So let's do. I don't want it to gather resources. I just want it to. Do I? Let's go there. This is the second tutorial I played, and maybe it's just me, but it just seems to be kind of a little bit confusing now and again.
This is Mars official radio with Panem Public Service Escalon. We have a soundtrack just right
here. So
for
select the
blue
rover X and
sunset
use the
light.
correct transport route. We just moved it to here, that's all we needed to do, no? There we go. Now it's doing its thing. Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but the tutorial here seems okay. But it doesn't seem to be doing the thing I wanted to do. It doesn't seem to dismiss it, so we haven't done that task yet. So let's try again. So let's just slow. Where is the RC transport? Let's slow time down a bit. There's the RC transport. So it's on a transport route. So it's doing its thing. So create transport route. Yeah. Alright, oh, that's what I didn't do. Okay, let's do that.
Commander, one other thing.
Oh, Commander, one other thing what? You just stop there. Commander, one other thing. Yes? Okay, nothing. The RC Commander is a mobile drone controller that carries its own drones. With its drones. With its help, you can gather resources from surface deposits, construct and maintain buildings. When moving far distances, the RC Commander will first recall its drones before moving off to its destination goal. Move the RC Commander to the site of the X-band. Okay, so select the RC Commander with X and move it close to the designated area for the So we select X and we're moving over there. What's happening? Are they moving? What are they doing? Let's try this old follow. There we go. Speed up time a little bit as well. Let's follow the little vehicle here.
We need to construct a new sensor tower to scan the nearby environment.
So we need to construct a new sensor tower to scan the nearby environment. Use the resources that the RC transport delivered to build and power a new sensor tower that can help us with the nearby locations for new resources and anomalies. Goal: construct a sensor tower and a Stirling generator to power it. Okay. So construct a sensor tower. So we open the build menu with triangle, go over to sensor tower, let's put it where it wants us to put it, there. And then we also need to do a Stirling generator, so we need to go to power. So this thing I get a little bit kind of confused with, so we have to go to, so there's a swap in controls here which sometimes can be a little bit annoying. So we use R1 to go to the power, and then we need to do a Stirling generator there. So we use directional buttons to change the selection here for which kind of generator we want. So we do a Stirling power generator there.
I'm Panamasculine, and you're listening to Mars Official Radio, your reliable source for the music you love.
So just waiting for that to happen, I assume. So here comes a RC transport. So we have to wait for the transport just to deliver everything that we need. So let's just speed the time up. We haven't really got a lot of power up here, as you can see in the kind of status bar at the top. I'm assuming these things. So we got money. So we got $4 billion. We got 100 research. I assume that means NA, whatever that is. Now the sun's come up, so we got some power going. I don't know what the next. Oh, what's that? Is that O2, oxygen and water? So we've got no oxygen or water yet. Then these other things. So we've got 34 metals, 188 concrete, 30 food, 30 whatever that is. I don't know what that is. 30 something else, 30 something else, 100 something else, 30 something else. So, right, I need to find out what all these icons are. 64 something. 24 drones, no colonists and nothing else. So maybe on the next tutorial I'll try and work out what those different things are, different icons are for you. Okay, so still waiting for this stuff to be built. So what do we need to build this? Let's have a look. We need some electronics and we need some metals. So we're just waiting for some electronics to be brought across. Seems to be taking concrete and no electronics. So hold on a second. Let's see if we can. It just seems to be taking concrete. I don't want it to take concrete. I want it to take some of the electronics. I assume there is electronics on here yet. So let's do the transport route again. Freight transport route. There, we want it to load electronics, and then we want it to
I'm Panamasculine, and you're listening to Mars Official Radio. Soon, this planet will require the same social institutions that are required on Earth. Hospitals, retirement homes, and of course, schools. As a trained educator, I believe that Mars will need a custom educational system, more efficient and less time-consuming. How do you think the system should be designed? Share your thoughts. Write us a letter. Listen to this.
Alright, so hopefully that's changed it, because actually, look, now it's loading electronics. So I had all, and it just seemed to be doing concrete. Now it's putting some electronics on, so hopefully we'll get some electronics over here. But I think also we need some metals, so again, I don't know, the tutorial is probably me. Let's just slow this down a bit. So there we go. So now we need to do another transport route, and we're going to put some metals on there. And we do from there, metals, and we're going to take it over here. There we go. And speed up a little bit. So hopefully I get some metals, and we're going to build that sensor tower and the Stirling generator, and we'll see where we are. Ding, 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 ding. Ah, look, so there we go. Now we've got electronics. Things are being built. So it needs polymers, so we need to get some polymers. So hold on, let's slow time down again. In fact, let's pause it. Let's grab the, let's highlight the RC transport. So I obviously haven't done this the way that the tutorial wanted me to do it, but hey, we've learned something a little bit different. Let's go to transport route, and we're going to select there. Then we're going to pick up polymers. I could probably have done this a completely different way, quicker, but hey, sometimes you just need to do it the slow way. Taking polymers. We're over to here. And there we go. So now we're building the Stirling generator. Let's slow time down a little bit more. Cool, so now we have to connect the power, so we go to the build menu again, select power there at the bottom, go across to power cables, and we just then press X and we run the power cable to the device. You can see that when they're both yellow, that kind of means they're connected. Everything's clear. Objects underneath are blocking construction uneven terrain. So yeah, it does that if you. So after you've selected it, kind of gives you a warning, but that's if you were going to start a new power cable. Right, it's time to learn about scanning and sectors and exploration. You can scan new sectors to discover more resources and deposit and anomalies. This is done from the map overview. Go to the map overview. Okay, zoom out by opening the map command L2 and selecting map overview with X. You can do this one of two ways. You can do that, or the other way, you can just pull back on R3 and zoom out, and eventually zoom out again.
Scan sectors of the map to
just
discover
double
new
kind of put it, and it recognizes you want to zoom out all the way. So exploration, you can scan sectors of the map to discover new resources and anomalies. There are two main ways to scan. One is to queue sectors for scanning. The sectors will be scanned by one gradually over time. With sensor towers, obviously that speeds things up. The other way is to use probes, which you can buy using funding and bring on supply rockets from Earth. So use the probe to discover a sector. So use a probe to scan the sector. Select it by using L3 and then press square to scan it.
You can also queue sectors for scanning.
So we're going to try scanning. So we move up to this sector. You can press triangle and add it to the scanning queue. So we'll just do that. So that's scanning Echo 4. Is it Echo 4? Yeah, sector Echo 4. Queue up to 10 sectors for scanning, and then you can use the triangle again to remove it from the scanning queue. Scan sector E4 to continue. And let's speed up some time so that we have some 91%
well done.
Scan 97, there we go.
Now it's time to use our fully operational RC Explorer to analyze the anomaly.
So we're going to go and analyze an anomaly with the RC Explorer.
Anomaly found.
So we select RC Explorer, hold R2 and X on the anomaly to scan it.
Good job.
There you go. Pretty simple. So the old RC transport is on its way. There it is. Zoom in with our God camera here. Follow along with it. We do some rotational views as well. It's like you're flying a little drone here yourself. It should be scanning, analysing an anomaly that says in the old info panel.
The anomaly has yielded interesting insights into new technologies.
Reverse engine. Open the research screen, pressing L2 and then selecting research.
This is the research screen. From here, you can choose and queue text for research.
So research, this looks like fairly big in this game. I'm not going to lie to you here. It looks massive, research and things like this. So this is a research screen, so we can choose our research queue and our research tree. Text are divided into 5 basic fields and a field for special breakthrough text. When you research a text from a given basic field, you will unlock a new text in that field. Breakthrough texts are special unique texts that are unlocked via anomalies. Okay, cool. So queue at least one technology for research. So let's queue what it's suggesting us here, which is Explorer AI.
Commander,
there
one
we go.
other thing.
One other thing. What? What's the other thing? What's the other thing? What is it? No? Okay. So each tech has a cost in research points, which are generated in various ways. Your sponsor provides some research points to start with. Once colonists arrive, you'll be able to construct research labs which generate research points faster, and you can view or break down the research points generated per soul on the right side of the research screen. Close the research screen, complete this tutorial. Okay, cool. So research points seem to be another bit of currency. I assume that's what that little thing up in the top left is. The research points got 100 of them. Obviously I've just found out what polymers are, so I've got 20 polymers, 28 machine parts, I think that is, 134 whatever the orange thing is that fuel? 24 electronics. There we go. Good, so we close the research screen to
Nice work.
tutorial. Done.
Now you know how to handle rovers.
I aim to please your musical needs.
So that's it. So that's the end of this stream. It's also the end of the tutorial. It will go up on my it'll go up on my YouTube channel as well, which is just Bridges_872. If you want to go and hit me up on there, that'd be great. Thanks for watching, and until the next tutorial, bye bye.